දැන් ගුවන් හමුදාව තිබුණ ඒ ගොඩනැගිලි සංකීර්ණය අපි පොලිසියට බාර දෙනවා.
The building complex that housed the Air Force headquarters is now allocated to the police department, facilitating the establishment of their headquarters. Additionally, there are plans to demolish the current police headquarters building and the buildings housing the old customs building and post office, as well as the former Ministry of Foreign Affairs building, transforming the area into a designated tourist zone. We hope to utilize this process to achieve economic growth. How do we uplift our economy? I engaged in discussions with the cabinet to deliberate on whether to engage in political maneuvering or to directly focus on building the country's economy. Sri Lanka's economic growth rate in 2023 was at -3. In the last quarter, it converted to a positive growth. The coming year will need us to move forward more, and I anticipate the growth to reach a positive 2%. Sustaining this initiative could potentially elevate the economic growth rate to 5% by 2026 to 2027. Numerous countries have already pledged their support, but the looming concern is whether we can manage to repay the incurred debt in the future. Last year, our government generated 3.1 trillion rupees in revenue, which is the highest ever recorded, constituting 12% of our gross domestic product. We had to suspend the loss-making state enterprises and increase prices. It affected us all. We added more taxes. Our target is to elevate it to 15% of GDP by 2026. As of 2024, we achieved 4.2 trillion rupees in the government revenue, necessitating a revision in VAT. Additionally, we anticipate the primary surplus to be 8 decimals, but it must be maintained at 2.3 until 2025. I assume the presidency not to gain popularity. Consequently, challenging decisions must be made. I communicated these decisions to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, who also concurred. I express gratitude to them for their agreement and support. There is another tax to be added, and that is the wealth tax. It will not affect a majority of the citizens in the country. We thought that sector must be taxed as well. With the support of the International Monetary Fund, we are establishing a new revenue authority to address these issues. Through these initiatives, we anticipate elevating the country's economy to approximately 5% by 2025 to 2026. However, recognizing the need for the further advancement, we are currently engaged in discussions on how to achieve an economic growth target of 8 to 9%. The most challenging decisions have been made, and I call on the other political leaders to unite. I have undertaken the necessary difficult decisions for the economic development of our country, and I bear the responsibility for them. To fellow politicians, I emphasize that safeguarding the country is our shared duty. Let us collaborate in building the nation's economy, as collective efforts can undoubtedly lead to rapid development post-2024. I appeal to everyone to come together and contribute to this endeavour.
එහෙනම් අමාරුම තීරණ ගත්තේ නිසා දැන් අපි එකතු වෙමු. අපි බලමු කොහොමද මේ රටේ ආර්ථික වර්ධනය ඇති කරන්නේ. අපි එතෙන්ට යනවා. මේක තවත් වේගවත් කරන්න තියෙනවා. ඒකට සියලු දෙනාටම එකතු වෙන්න කියලා මම ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.